and played. Arnie, I'm the biggest devotee of the monitor that you ever met. He didn't mean to do it. A low throw roller. He might beat it on. No. Nice play by Brett Boone to retire the side. But 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and 2 left. We go in the bottom of the 7th. The Cubs lead 6-0.
We're in Oysterville, Washington.
This is my husband, Ray.
Everybody knows Ray and Nada. And everyone knows the story.
He fell off the roof cleaning his drain.
And he fell right on his head.
He was in bad shape when we got on scene.
He could have died really easy.
Aflac just worked out great.
Aflac covers the unexpected costs of getting better, so you can get on with life.
I would say he's very hard-headed.
Good.
Maybe it's the water, or something in the air that gives people here that thing we call common sense. You can see it in their faces, and the things they do, like going to 76 for their gasoline. It's the same quality the winners at NASCAR depend on. And people figure if it can satisfy the demands of racing, think what it can do for their cars. And that makes sense, which around here comes as no surprise. 76, go with the spirit.
It's Sears Days. Through Saturday, get the lowest prices ever on great brand name tires. Select Michelin, Bridgestone, Guardsman Plus, and more. Save from 5 to 30% only at Sears.
Come and save so many ways at Sears Days.
Harry Carey back in Cincinnati at Riverfront Stadium. Perez replaces Bullinger, who pitched outstanding in 6 innings. He gave up 5 hits, no runs.
That's what Mike Perez did last year. He got hurt. His career numbers against Cincinnati, pretty impressive, and he's trying to come back as a setup man for the Cubs out of the bullpen.
You know, Perez a couple of years ago was the bright prospect of the Cardinals organization. Had a tremendous record in the minor leagues. Been a job with the Cardinals in the big league. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now he's struggling to find his old stuff back again. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Reggie Sanders, the right fielder.
There was a time when Mike Perez was the leading save man in the minor leagues in the Cardinal organization. He had a couple of years where I think here he had to combine close to 70 saves, and they thought at that point that he would be a stopper, but coming to the major leagues, he was best served as a setup man.
Perez swung on, popped up, should be caught. Buechele, Wilkins, Buechele chases him off and makes the play because Buechele had a better angle coming towards the ball, whereas Wilkins had to go from the home plate running away from the ball. 1 out. Here's Willie Green.
Kevin Appier today has a no-hitter through 6 innings as the Royals lead the Orioles 1-0 in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, that'll be of particular interest to the second baseman of the Reds, Brett Boone, whose dad now is the Kansas City manager.
What do you do with a guy just out of the chute with a no-hitter through 6 innings?
One out, nobody on. Willie Green. There's a base hit. Green singles to right. That's the Reds' 6th hit of the ball game.
Thomas Howard, who came in the flip-flop batting order for Davey Johnson, getting his first at bat of the ball game.
Tom Howard, we've run into him with various ball clubs before. Left-hand hitter against Perez. There's a strike call. Bottom of the 7th. Howard, 31 years old, the pitch. High and outside. From Elk Grove, California. That's where he lives. Now the pitch. There's a line drive, center field. McRae slips, but he makes the catch. He was on both knees, a sinking line drive, and he made the catch. 2 away.
Well, we've always said it that the toughest ball to judge for a center fielder is the one hit right at you, and that's exactly what happened with Brian McRae. He almost went back a step too far on this sinking line drive. Howard hits it hard. You see McRae there fooled by this one as he has to come back and make the catch.
2 men out. And here's Deion Sanders. 1 out of 3. There's a fly ball center field, easy catch. So it's nothing in the 7th. 1 hit, 1 left. At the end of 7, the Cubs are out in front, 6-0.
In a sport where nerves are made of steel, it's only natural the tools are made by craftsmen. 1,600 Craftsman hand tools made in America, guaranteed forever. The only official tools of IndyCar, NASCAR, NHRA, and the new Super Truck Series by Craftsman, only at Sears.
The Buick Park Avenue Ultra. Not only has it restored people's faith in the quality of American luxury cars, but it has a way of rejuvenating the soul as well.
No matter how long it takes to get your Diet Pepsi, don't worry. Great taste is always guaranteed.
Just made it!
Yes.
Ha. Straw?
Hi, I'm Ernie Baggs. It's a beautiful day. Let's play 2. Oh, let's play 1. Let's just play. Come on, let's play.
We go into the top of the 8th. Timmons will lead it off. He drove in a run with a walk as a pinch hitter in that 6th inning. 6-0. The Cubs lead the Reds. Milwaukee murdering the White Sox 12-2 in the 6th. Here's a pitch a little bit outside. Kids, mark your calendars for this Sunday, April the 30th. That's the day that the famous chicken will be at Wrigley Field. He'll be on hand all day Sunday, greeting the youngsters and welcoming back baseball at Wrigley Field as only he can. Don't miss the famous chicken at Wrigley Field this coming Sunday, April the 30th, when the Cubs face Montreal. For tickets, stop by the Wrigley Field box office or call this phone number. Area code 312 if that's necessary. The number's 831 Cubs. 831 spell Cubs C-U-B-S. So Timmons now is on with a base on balls. Perez gets low and outside. Yankees lead Texas 7-6 in the 8th.
Texas coming back at that one in what is regarded as one of the best pitching staffs in the American League, the New York Yankees.
I wonder if Jack McDowell, I guess he started for the Yankees. He's going to bunt and the pitch is bad. Ball 2. Perez. Tony Muser coaching down to third. A great third base coach. And here is Dan Radisson. Dan Radisson. The pitch. A little bit low. Radisson. Top of the 8th. 3 balls, no strikes. Strike call. First final score of the day, the Red Sox blank Minnesota 9-0. Ball 4 and Perez is on there. Listen to the Cincinnati fans now.
A warm greeting for Xavier Hernandez, who's having a hard time finding the plate. Unless his nickname is Moose, Harry, I believe that they're boos. And you see Brian McRae just 1 home run away from hitting for the cycle.
He's had a single, a double, and a triple. Right-hander Ruffin starts warming up.
Johnny Ruffin loosening up in the bullpen.
Brian McRae takes the fastball low. The Cubs have looked like world champs so far today. Bouncing ball. Larkin stepping on second, throwing the first. Double play.
Barry Larkin does it himself. This one tailor-made. Larkin very close to the bag, able to get there and easily throw the ball to first.
And now Sanchez, who's had 1 out of 3 today, scored a run after a base hit to lead off the 7th. Will be the hitter. Whoa, wild pitch. And another run scored. Timmons crosses the listen to the crowd now.
The Cubs pick up another run, and Xavier Hernandez picks up another wild pitch. This one bouncing 6 inches in front of home plate. So Timmons, who was thrown out at the plate last time when he drew a base on balls, draws a base on balls, and this time scores. And everybody getting in the act.
And the Cubs now lead 7-0. Two out, nobody on, the run is home. Sanchez hits a fly ball in the right field to retire the side. So 1 run, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go into the bottom of the 8th. The Cubs leading 7-0.
A participating advertiser in Cubs baseball is Aflac, insuring over 38 million people worldwide.
American families have made their choice. Once again, they've chosen the Buick LeSabre as Family Circle magazine's Family Car of the Year for reasons like safety, dependability, performance, and style. American families chose LeSabre as Family Car of the Year over every other sedan, foreign or domestic. Buick LeSabre, the American family car.
Okay, Smiths, first base. Belknap, home plate. Okay, let's hit the field.
Where does the whole neighborhood go when it's time to fix up around home?
They'll get you squared away.
A participating advertiser in Cubs baseball is CarQuest Auto Parts stores offering top quality parts for the vehicles America's driving. Call 1-800-492-PART for the CarQuest store near you.
Harry Carey back in the ballpark. You know, the security men here are wearing tuxedos. I wonder if that guy is using his this coming Saturday night.
Oh, they're all ready for the Bozo Ball.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We could use a tuxedo or two. I'm going to borrow Dan Rowan's. Here's the first pitch. And Larkin, who's been held rather in check, 1 out of 4 so far today. There's a drive deep left field, gonna be out of here. A home run. Barry Larkin ruins the shutout. Homering over the left center field wall. That makes it 7-1. Well, nobody needs to be reminded of what happened in the first game of the season last night in Florida. The Dodgers were way ahead of the Marlins. And the score ended up 8-7, with the Marlins having a chance to win it in the bottom of the 9th. Here's Morris.
Ozzie Timmons thought he had a shot at this ball. But bear in mind, this is his first trip to Cincinnati. And he still thinks he's got a chance until he's rudely interrupted by the wall.
There's that security force in their tuxedos going out to pick up the debris, which followed Barry Larkin's home run. A lot of night games in the National League this evening. Boy, those guys sure look funny in tuxedos, don't they? Nothing in their hands but wasted paper. Davey Johnson, the Reds manager, unhappy about the way things have developed today. With Rijo going for the Reds, they figured to win this one. There's a strike call. Morris 0 for 2 today. McRae.
I think they're throwing some things at Brian McRae, and he's not very happy about it. It came out of the left field seats, and he's coming in now. He wants maybe an announcement made for the fans to control themselves in the outfield. There was one, I think, a plastic bottle thrown, and that's a situation that no outfielder wants to be in.
No, enthusiasm at the old ballpark is expected. But what kick can anybody get out of throwing stuff on the baseball field that slows up the playing of the game that they just paid to see? The Royals have a no-hitter, a combined no-hitter through 7 innings, leading the Baltimore Orioles 2-0. Now play is resumed. There's a Buick summary. Bullinger pitched 6 innings, allowed 5 hits, 2 walks, fanned 2. Rijo worked for the Reds. McRae's had a single, a double, and a triple so far. Those are the highlights of today's game, which finds the Cubs leading 7-1.
It's a great chance to come and see the Cubs because all tickets discounted until May 3rd, 50% off. And there are still tickets available for opening day on Friday. A great weekend series with Montreal coming up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
The Reds, picked by most observers to win the Central Division, are trailing the Cubs, who are picked by the same kind of experts to finish last. Cubs out in front 7-1. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Barry Larkin's home run traveled an estimated 382 feet. There's a high fly ball, short center field, and McRae is there, 1 away. Mars has been held in check. Watch his pitch. Pretty bad pitch he swung out. Look at that. Whoop.
Fastball is low and out of the strike zone, and now Lenny Harris getting a chance to pinch hit.
Harris batting for Ron Gant. One ball, one strike. Two balls and the strike. We're in the bottom of the 8th. 7-1 in favor of the Cubs, who've out-hit the Reds 9-7. Ball. All 3. Well, that's what you don't want to do. Walk men when you have a big lead. Ground ball to Grace. He feeds Perez for out number 2. That brings up Brett Boone, who's 1 out of 3 today. He's hit the ball hard all afternoon long. A lot of empty seats. At the moment, a lot of fans headed for home. There's a high pop fly. McRae is there. So, 1 run, 1 hit. We go through 8, and the Cubs lead 7-1.
Chicago Cubs baseball is brought to you by Southwest Airlines at convenient Midway Airport, the official airline of WGN TV Sports. Fly Southwest, the low-fare airline.
When you're flying the low-fare airline, you're flying with Southwest. You gotta fly out to see the honey, or maybe close a big business deal. But you don't wanna spend so much money that you can't afford your next meal. We will fly you right to your city. You'll be laughing all the way there. There'll be money left in the kitty, cause you've paid the lowest fare. We're not a low-fare airline, we're the low-fare airline. Little word, big difference. Ba-ba-da.
Making it to the pros takes a certain level of excellence. the experience to get the job done right, and a reputation for quality. Like top-quality Champion spark plugs from CarQuest, Champion gets your engine started fast and running its best. No matter what you drive, Champion keeps you fired up and in the game. So for the best possible performance, install what the pros install. CarQuest. Welcome to the pros.
On average, you drive about 500 hours a year. That's like 21 straight days. Days and nights. And that's the reason for the all-new interior of the new Regal for $1995. 21 days. In most imports, that could be like a sentence. In the Buick Regal, it's more like a 3-week vacation.
On the Wayans Brothers, Marlon falls in love.
What do you think of my chances? You got about as much of a chance as a skinhead on Def Jam.
Tonight at 7 on WGN Channel 9.
Harry Carey and Steve Stone as we go into the top of the ninth. Ruffin is the new pitcher now for the Reds. Johnny Ruffin out of Butler, Alabama. 1-7 loss 2 for the Reds last year.
Ruffin had a very good run at it last year. You look at the numbers against the Cubs, he was most impressive, although they didn't have too many looks at him. But overall, the ERA was good. He's still a very young man, just going to be 24 years old, and a real bright spot in 51 appearances last year with a 3.09 ERA for the Reds. So he comes in to just pick up an inning of work. If Mike Perez is allowed to go through the 9th inning, he will qualify for a save today, having pitched the required 3 innings.
All right, here we go, top of the 9th. Sam Sosa will be the first man that Johnny Ruffin will face. Sammy fouls it off. Tim Pugh down in the bullpen for the Reds. Ruffin, just 23 years old. Big right-hander. Sammy fouls it back.
You might remember him as one of the hopes of the White Sox organization. Just another good young arm the White Sox helped to develop. He came over in exchange for Tim Belcher, July 31st of 1993.
Boy, that Belcher's career came to a stop in a hurry. I thought he was a pretty good pitcher.
And he's still looking for a job, Harry.
Here's a pitch high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I would guess, have they announced the official attendance yet? I would guess about 50,000.
51,033.
50,000 what?
51,033.
And many of those 51,033 have already left the ballpark. Cubs leading 7-1. We're in the 9th. And Sammy called out on strike. 1 away. The Reds have used their ace, Rijo, McElroy, Hernandez, Ruffin. Here's Grace with 2 hits. Jim Riggleman will be looking up this stat. What other Cub manager won his, when the other Cub managers won their first game on opening day? He's looking forward to that experience right now. Grace, 2 out of 4 with a run batted in. 1-2 the count, one away. Same two teams tomorrow. 11:30 starting time on Channel 9. Here's the pitch. Arnie Harris passing along this piece of wisdom to me. Channel 9, WGN Chicago. Here's another hit for Grace. Grounds a signal to right. At that hour, 11:30, the only show on TV without a doctor. Let's pause for identification right here.
This is America's #1 sports station, WGN TV, Chicago.
Boy, Mark Grace, the first game of the year, 3 out of 5 with a run batted in. Here's Wilkins. Into the dirt, gets away from Santiago, and Grace advances on the wild pitch.
Tough day behind the plate for Benito Santiago. He's seen 3 of them go by him. No chance on this one. This one well out ahead of home plate and just skips under the glove of Santiago.
Grace talking to the second base umpire, Bob Hernandez. Now talking to Barry Larkin as he edges away with a sharp lead. In the dirt. The Yankees have defeated the Texas Rangers 8-6. Milwaukee leads the Chicago White Sox 12-2 in the 7th.
It's good to see Wilkins laying off that high pitch. That was one of the things that gave him a lot of problems last year. If he takes that and makes the pitchers come to him, he can revert back to that form in '93 when he had such a wonderful year for the Cubs.
Ball 3. Wilkins has had 1 hit today. It couldn't have come at a more opportune time. In that big 6th inning, Wilkins has drawn a base on ball. Runners are on first and second. Here's Dunston, who's been sensational in the field, but hasn't hit anything today. He's 0 for 3. The Red Sox shut out Minnesota 9-0. Kansas City leads Baltimore 3-0.
Don Gullett now coming out to talk with Johnny Ruffin, who's had very little concept of the strike zone here in the early going of this one. And he'd just as soon not get Benito Santiago beaten up in the opening game.
Gulla's probably saying, Johnny, when I was your age, I was a little wild too. You'll get there. You'll get your control. He certainly did. 1 ball, no strikes. Runners on at first and second. 1 away. Inside.